Hi Escapers, Lorraine Whittemore here from PlanUrEscape Travel, and today we are going to share some stories. So it was funny, I was sitting down and looking at my scrapbook from an old trip that I took back in the 80s, and it was a solo trip, and I have a whole lot of solo travelers, and many of you are hopefully watching, and we all travel together. Our solo traveler group can be people that are traveling solo because their spouse won't travel, or because they're divorced or widowed or single, or because they have friends that don't have the money to travel. Whatever reason, we travel together, and we really have a really great time. So I was thinking about my solo trip back in the 80s, and I remembered a story that happened to me on this trip. And we all have great travel stories, just memories, little things that happen when you're traveling that could not have happened any other way. And I thought to myself, the only reason this happened was because I was solo. And if I wasn't solo, this opportunity never would have presented itself. But I love the Beatles. I've always been an amazing Beatle fan, like fanatic. And so I wanted to go, when I was in London by myself, I wanted to go to Abbey Road Studios. So I went over, took the train, went over to Abbey Road Studios, and it was on a Sunday, and I knew there was no way I could ever go in there, but I just wanted to take pictures. So I'm outside, and I'm taking pictures of the outside, and I thought, it's Sunday, there's nobody in this parking lot, I'm going to go look through the door. So I go up to the door, and I look in, and the security guard comes out, and I went, oh gosh, I'm going to be in big trouble. So he says to me, what are you looking for? And I said, oh, I'm just a big Beatles fan, and I'm sorry, I know it's private property, but I just couldn't resist. So he said, are you alone? I said, yeah. He said, well, how would you like to come in? And I was like, are you kidding me? So he took me in, and he took my camera, and we went all around the studio. So he went over and he said, this is the piano. Paul McCartney was here yesterday, and he sat right there and he played the piano, and I was like, psych! So I sat there and I played the piano, and he took my picture. And then actually Michael Jackson had been there like that week, and so he showed me where he had been recording. So I went in and I touched the microphone and everything, and he took pictures of me. We went up onto the roof where they filmed Let It Be, the movie. And I was up on that roof. I was like, holy cow, I'm in heaven. He took my picture up there. We just did this for, at least an hour, and he was the nicest man. And then he said, let's go outside and take a picture of you walking across the crosswalk. So I said, oh my gosh, yes. So we go outside, and he takes pictures of me walking across the crosswalk, and I thanked him profusely, and he gave me back my camera. I said, thank you so much. And this was back in the 80s when you had cameras that actually you had to roll the film, put the film in and roll the film. So I'm so psyched. I get back to my hotel room, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be like the best film. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put it in the case. I can't wait to, develop this film. And I open up my camera, and the film never took. Like it never attached to the spool. So I have no evidence that this happened to me, but I will never forget it for the rest of my life. It was the most, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I walked all around Abbey Road Studios. So even if you don't believe me, I can't prove it, but I did do it. And these are things that happen when you're solo. I mean, it definitely happens a lot. So I hope you enjoyed my story, and actually we're going to just do like a little contest because I'd love to hear your stories. So if you have a cool story like this and you want to share, watch for an announcement about it on Facebook, and we'll see if we can get some other great stories, because I'm sure there's a lot of amazing stories out there. So thanks so much for listening to my travel story, and please subscribe below. As I always say, I'd love to have you following me, and I hope that you enjoy the tips and tricks. And as I go to destinations, I'll start posting those up too. So thanks so much. Happy travels, escapers, and I look forward to talking to you soon.